So we're going to start today's lesson by doing a simple graph. Remember, when you graph, you are looking at an equation, and when y is all by itself, when y is all by its lonesome, when y is all by itself, when y is all by its lonesome, the number in front of x is my slope. So my slope is negative.
There is an invisible one under the 3.
Thank you, David. So I'm going to put an invisible 1 under the 3. That's my slope. My y-intercept is 2. You're looking at this and you're like, easy sauce, Mr. Perich. You taught us this a billion times. Well, I'm teaching it again because we're doing the reverse of it today. So what do I graph first? Well, I'm going to graph the y-intercept first by going over to my y-axis and putting a dot on the 2, which is right there. I love it when you put the dot on the 2 right there. That's a song from the 2000s, I believe. So my slope is negative 3 over 1. A negative slope. Up and to the left. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, left 1. I'm going to go up 1, 2. Oh, poopy. I ran out of room. Oh, pardon my language. Sorry. Oh, great. Now YouTube's going to flag me. Down 1, 2, 3, right 1, put a dot. Down 1, 2, 3, right 1, put a dot. Down 1, 2, 3, right 1, put a dot. And look at all those dots. Easy. That's supposed to be an arrow, so not easy. Easy, 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 easy. That is a linear equation. Linear equations form straight lines, and they're in the form y equals mx plus b. Why am I telling you that? Well, because we're going to write linear equations today. There's our first one. Write a function rule for the graph. A function rule, well, yesterday when we learned to write a function rule, what I did is I would give you a sentence. Like the output is twice the input, and you would write out y equals 2x. This is different, but now specifically these are lines. So I know that that's a line. So what I have to do is I have to say, all right, well, if it's a linear equation, it's going to be y equals mx plus b, where m is my slope, the slope, and b is my y-intes. So I have to find my slope. Oh, Mr. Perich, look at these dots. These dots is in the middle of things, and I can't tell what's what. Oh, Mr. Perich, these blocks, they go by 2. How am I going to find slope that way? Stop being a dunderhead and just do it. You pick 2 dots that you know what they are. I know what that dot is right there. I know what that dot is, and I know what that dot is. And if this dot scares me, and if that dot scares me, who cares? My slope is me doing rise over run, and it's a positive slope. I rise 1, 2, 3. No, I'm so sorry. I don't rise 1, 2, 3, 4. I rise 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. And I run 2, 4, 6. So my slope is rise 8 over 6. I can simplify that. I can simplify that by dividing it by 2. What's my y-intercept? There you are. Remember, my y-intercept is where my line crosses or my dots in this case, cross the y-axis. So I have negative 2. So I'm going to write out the top equation. Y, oh my goodness gracious, Jiminy Crickets. Y equals m. No. I just found out that m is 4 over 3. X plus b. X plus, no. I just found out that b is negative 2. So I'm not even going to put plus negative 2 because plus and negative is the same as minus. Lit job, fam. Lit job, fam. Let's do it again and do it faster. Write a function rule from the graph. All right, y equals mx plus b. I need my slope and I need my y-intercept. So I like that point. I don't like that because it's in the middle and it scares me. I like that point. So let me see. My blocks go up by 2 again. So I go up 2, 4, 6, 8 over 2. Oh, it's a negative slope. So m is negative 8 over 2. Oh, and let me take negative 8 over 2. And let me take my calculator. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Grand. Look. Look. Another negative 2 for a y-intercept. So when I put it all together, y equals negative 4x plus negative 2. Why didn't anybody correct me on the last one? That shouldn't be minus 2. What should that be?
A positive 0.
Positive 2.
Yeah. Good job, my little champions. All right. There's just a bunch of dots. There's just a bunch of dots. Y equals mx plus b. In the chat, tell me what my slope is. While you do that, I'm going to do the easy part, which is my y-intercept. My y-intercept
is a 0 line.
Ah, good. Madison and David. My y-intercept is 3. When it's a flat line, speaking of which, I'm dead. That's what the people say when they're laughing too hard. They say, I'm dead. And flat line means when you're dead. But anyway, the flat line is 0. Up and down is undefined. Flat is 0. Up and down is undefined. This is my new dance. When you go up and down, you're undefined. When you go left and right, it's a 0. Up and down, undefined, and left and right is 0. Give me an up, down, undefined, and give me a left, right, which is 0. And give me an up, down, and give me a left, right, and undefined and 0.
Stop singing, please.
What's that?
Stop singing.
Never. So y equals, my slope is 0. Y equals 0x. And my y-intercept is 3. I don't need half of that information. I don't need any of this. Y equals 3. Which makes sense because look at that point right there. What point is that? Negative 2, 3. And what point is that? Negative 1, 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3. And all of those points, guess what y is? 3. So guess what? Y is 3 no matter what. Y is 3. I hate these problems. These problems, boy, is this art class? Because these problems are drawing. Oh, remember we did these problems last chapter, and this is what we would do to start this problem. We would say y equals mx plus b. Remember, the rules don't change. If it asks me to find a function rule here, and it's a line, and then it gives me a bunch of points, and it asks me to do the same thing, I still have to write out y equals mx plus b. And I still have to find m. But the problem that I have going on here, is I don't have a graph. I have a bunch of points. So m, I'm not going to use m like I would use rise over run over here. I have to do the slope formula. So I have m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now, how do I know what these points are? Oh, I see. These are the x values. These are the y values. So just like Mr. Perich said in one of these problems, it doesn't matter the points that you pick. If I just pick 2 points, I'm fine. So let me pick u and u. You look like you're going to be easy. So let's pick those points. So I have -2, -4. And why is it -2, -4? Because the x value is -2 and the y value is -4. This is 0, 0. I now have to label my points. X sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. I start out with 0 because y sub 2 is 0 minus y sub 1 is -4. Ooh, a double negative. X sub 2 is also 0. Cero en español. Minus x sub 1, which is -2. Ooh, another double negative. Oh my gosh. Let's turn those double negatives into positives, eh? 0 plus 4 is 4, I think. And 0 plus 2 is, I guess, 2. And last time I checked, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So this is what I have so far. Y equals 2x plus b. I need b. B is my y-intercept. Look! Look! Look at it! My y-intercept exists when x is 0. My y-intercept exists when x is 0. So when x is 0, y is 0, which means my y-intercept is 0. Oh, look at that. So y equals 2x plus 0. Well, I know from the last problem that I don't need that 0 part. So y equals 2x. It's proportional. Remember that word? Proportional. It goes through the origin. It goes through 0, 0. Wasn't there a faster way of doing these? I wonder. Wasn't there a faster way of doing these? I wonder if there's a faster way of doing these.
I wonder if there's a faster way of loading this video.
It's funny because there is a faster way of doing these, and if the video would just load, it would be faster. Let's try that again. I wonder if there's a faster way of doing these. Pretend that this is a dream sequence. Well, hello, hello, hello. Today, I'm going to show you how to use a process called linear regression online. And what this process does is it gives us the equation of a line if I give you 2 or more points. It's called linear regression. The calculator we're going to use is this. Go to Google and type out NCTM line of best fit calculator. Line of best Fit Calculator NCTM. I'm going to click, obviously, the first screen. And there it is. Now, let's just say I'm given a problem like this, where I ask you to find the line of best fit between these 2 points right here. I have 1, -5, and 3, -7. I want to find the equation of a line connecting those points. This is what I do. I go down here to where it says add points, and I type in my 2 points. 1, -5, add point, and 3, -7, add point. Once you have at least 2 points typed out, you can click on the show the line of best fit, and it gives you the equation for the line of best fit. In this case, my equation for line of best fit is y equals -x minus 4, as seen right there in the picture. So the equation of a line connecting 1, -5 and 3, -7 is y equals -x minus 4. What if, however, I give you a table of values instead of points? Well, fun fact, if I hit reset, a table of values are points. So what I can do is I can turn these values right here into points, and this is what I'm going to do. I will list those points out at the bottom of the video so that you can see. Okay, if an x value is 2 and a y value is 0, that's the point 2, 0. If an x value is 4 and a y value is 1, that is the point 4, 1. So I'm going to type those points in. Okay, I'm going to go to my add point, and I'm going to type all of those in. And I have 8, 3, add point. Okay. Now this is where it gets a little iffy, and a lot of people are going to have a hard time and not appreciate this. If I click on line of best fit, it doesn't give me a fraction for the slope. Y equals slope x plus y-intercept. My slope really should be a fraction. And it gives me a decimal. Now, we know what 0.5 is. We know what that is as a fraction. Well, what if we don't? How can I use this picture over here to help me find my slope? I know. I'm going to go here and zoom up. By zooming up, I can use the concept of rise over run to find my slope. Remember, slope, yes, is the number in front of x when y is all by itself, but it's also rise over run. So I should be able to go over here and go up 1 over 1, 2. My slope is positive 1 over 2, positive 1 over 2. So instead of saying y equals 0.5x minus 1, I should be saying y equals 1/2 x minus 1, because my slope is up 1 over 2. Okay? So that's what you do if you're given a decimal for a slope. You zoom in and you find the rise over run that way and convert your decimal into a slope. Okay? It's going to do it. That's how you use the NCTM Lin Reg or line of best fit calculator to find the equation of a line connecting 2 points. Bye.
That's the dream sequence ending. Go to the chat and click on that thing that I just put in the chat. I said it yesterday, or maybe it was the day before. I don't remember. Probably the day before, because yesterday you had IXL stuff. You're going to want to save this website and keep it, because anytime I say find the equation and I give you points, which is going to happen a lot. Anytime I say find an equation or write a function rule or write an equation and I give you points, you could use this equation or this website. So click on that so that you have it on the ready. I'm going to remind you how to do it by clicking over here. Now, in the last class, I went to this website, and then I went back to my notes and never hit the reset button, and nobody bothered telling me. So, I want to make sure that you're still able to see what you're supposed to see. So if I'm in the wrong thing, and if I start talking and I'm teaching and I'm obviously teaching and I'm still on this website, please just chime in and say you forgot to switch the website. Okay. So this is the list of points that we have right here. This is the list of points. I realize that looking at it horizontally like this could be confusing, but what you have to understand is that these are points. That is an XY point, okay? And so is that, and so is that, and so is that. So looking at those is no different than looking at it as if it was like a T table or something like that, where I have XY, or if it's like one of those regular tables like you're used to, and you have to like fill them in. So this guy is the same as that. Since X is a -2, X is going to be negative. I'm sorry, X is -8, X is -8. Y is 2, Y is 2. X is -4, X is -4. Y is 1, 0, 0, 4, -1. I take that information and you take like a 30-second head start. Okay, take that information and start typing that into the website that I posted in the chat. I would like you to do this. The question, do we have to, should never in a million years be used in my class, please and thank you. So take a 30-second head start and see if you can come up with an equation. And good, Jory already typed it in. See if the rest, just in case she's wrong, somebody else, see if you get anything else. I'm going to type it in while this is still up. So yes, you see me typing, but that's because I'm on the website and I want to leave these points up there. Yeah, she's right. I just didn't want everybody to give up because people be like, well, she has it, so I don't have to do it. Now that I add all of my points, you click add point. I had 4 there, show the line of best fit. Now, it is y equals -0.25, which is what Jory said. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to write that out. But understand y equals 0.25. Y equals 0.25 is not necessarily what I want it to look like. Remember, the number in front of x represents a slope, and a slope is rise over run. So the number in front of x should always, 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 always be a fraction unless I'm talking about real life stuff. Well, I'm not talking about real life stuff. Somebody gave me a chart of numbers, which I stole from the internet, and then I just put it right there. So how do I turn that into a fraction if I don't know? What I showed you in the video is if it gives you a decimal right there, if it gives you for a decimal for your whatchamacallit, for your slope, and you need a fraction, Jory's on the right track. She said -25 over 100, and that does make sense. Because when you learned how to first read this back in 5th grade or whenever it was, the teacher would make you say 25 100ths, which is 25 over 100, in this case, negative. But that's still not simplified. I could just do this. If I click on the zoom in option, it gives me a nice little table up here where it goes up by 1. It goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I pick a point and I pick another point, and Jory's right. I look at this and I do it like rise over run. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1 over 4. 1 over 4, and it's negative. -1 over 4, -1 over 4, -1 over 4, -1 over 4. So this is for those of you who aren't good at converting decimals into fractions. Like, you know, if the decimal is 0.5, you know that that's a half, you know. But what if it's not as easy? What if? I'm going to give you guys a head start with this one. And type out in the chat whatever it is once you have it. Remember, if you're looking at this and you're like, the horizontal part scares me, fine. Then look, I have -3 as an X and 3 as a Y. So if I go to my website over here, right, I'm just going to do the first one. Don't forget to reset. I had -3 as an X and 3 as a Y. So I type out -3, which will show up as my X, and 3, which will show up as my Y. Okay, so I know it has a tendency to be confusing when it's like a horizontal chart like this, but don't let it be that confusing. So Vita has an answer. Somebody double check to make sure she's good, because I'm not going to lie, Vita. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. Did you type it in backwards? I agree with that. Now, if you're wondering, like, how can I just look at Vitas and not, you know, what magic sorcery can I do and know that it's not right? Look at this point right here. Remember what I said? When X is 0, that number's the Y-intercept. Jory's equation has +5, which means her equation has 5 for a Y-intercept. So at least I know her Y-intercept is right. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I can hear my children upstairs running and screaming. They're such a joy in my life. All right, let's go back here. Boop. So I type those in. I hit show the line of best fit. And what Jory said is good. I have Y equals 0.67x plus 5. So let's go back here. Y equals 0.67x, 7x, 67x, 7x plus 5. Oh, no, that's not a fraction. Mr. Perich be mad at us. Mr. Perich be mad at us. All right, so let's go back to our website. Let's zoom in. And now everything is up by ones. And so I'm going to pick 2 points. I only see 2 points. And I'm going to go up 1, 2 over 3. Up 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 2 over 3. Up, 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 up. I can't write and do that at the same time. That's what it should say. That's what it should say. And if you don't say that, then you're doing it wrong. Okay. Now, here it says f of x and g of x. Remember the video we watched the other day where it said f of x? F of x is the same as y. F of x is the same as y. F of x is the same as y. But this talks about greater rate of change. And remember, slope and rate of change, or slope and rate, are the same thing. The number in front of x is your rate. All right, got to do this quick. Which function has a greater rate of change? Remember, rate of change means slope. So I already have my slope right here as 0.5. So slope is 0.5. Okay, I'll remember that. I am given this line here. I don't care about the line. I just care about the slope. So here's a dot. It's already given to me. There's a dot. My slope is positive up 1, 2. So my rise is 2. And my run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I have a 0.5 over here. 2/5 as a decimal is 0.4. So the question was, which rate of change is bigger? 0.5
is bigger than 0.4, so g of x has the greater rate of change.
So I'm going to be given a bunch of problems where it asks me to find out whose rate was bigger. And when it asks me to find out whose rate was bigger, I have to look at the slope of each thing and find out who has the bigger slope. So you and a friend race each other. Racing, what a useless sport. You and a friend race each other. You give your friend a 50-foot head start. How generous of you. The distance y in feet your friend runs after x seconds is represented by the linear equation y equals 14x plus 50. So your friend is y equals 14x plus 50. That's your friend. You, the table shows the distance you run. Well, great. I don't have a formula. What am I to do? I know what to do. I'm going to go to my website and I'm going to hit reset and I'm going to plug in those points. So you are a 0.238. So I'm going to go here to 38. What else do I have? 476. So 476. 6 114 and 8 152. 6 114. 8 152. Now I can come up with an equation. Y equals 19x. Okay, so your friend was y equals 14x plus 50. You are y equals 19x. Who runs at a faster rate? Well, let's look at your friend. Your friend's rate is 14. 14 what? Well, if you remember from last chapter, you find out your rate by doing the x information over the y, or the y information over the x information. So your y is going to be, or your slope is going to be 14 feet per second. 14 feet per second. That's your friend. You are 19 feet per second. So who runs at a faster rate? You! And what is that rate? 19 feet per second. Okay, we only have time to do one more. You ready? You ready? Same type of problem. The number of calories burned, y, after x minutes of kayaking is represented by the linear function y equals 4.5x. So when you kayak, y equals 4.5x means you burn 4.5 calories per minute. So when you kayak, you burn 4.5 calories per minute. The graph shows the calories burned by hiking, which activities burns more. All right, so I don't have an equation over here, but I do have a graph. And I know that I can find the equation of a graph by taking y equals mx plus b and just plugging information in. So I need the slope. Look at this line. I don't have any dots on it. I have 0, 0. But I'm not going to put a dot here, here, here. Why am I not putting a dot there? Because my line cuts through the middle of a block and not through the corner of a block up until right here. So my slope, and be very, 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 very careful, my slope isn't up 1, 2, 3. It's up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So my slope so far is rise 30. Do I run every 5? Nope. I run 1, 2, 3. So I run 1,
2, 3, 4, 5. What's 30 over 5? Oh, 6! So hiking is y equals 6x. What's my y-intercept? 0! So my hiking gives me a rate of 6. So which activity burns more calories per minute? Hiking does. And it does so by 6 calories per minute. Okay? And unfortunately, I don't have enough time to do that one, but it's the same type of problem as the last two that we just did. So class is over in 1 minute. Looks like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be with my stuff, and I didn't make any mistakes. So this video will get published on the internet. This and all of David's comments, and that will do it.